but when you Google Todd Chrisley, the first thing that pops up is Todd Chrisley gay? Does that bother or disappoint you that people keep questioning this?
Well, in order for it to disappoint me would mean that I don't agree with someone being gay, because I don't believe that's a choice that you make. I believe that you are the way that God has made you. And so I'm flattered that people think I can get laid on both ends. So that doesn't bother me.
Everyone knows the numerous controversies Todd Chrisley has been involved in, from the accusation by Kyle that he only wanted to see his granddaughter 𝐥𝐤𝐤, to the latest one being accused and found guilty of tax evasion, bank and wire fraud, and conspiracy. Additionally, he has been rumored to be homosexual. Has he come out to the world on national television? Stay tuned to find out. Hey everyone, welcome back to Topish. We have some exciting stories that are full of lip-smacking delicacies, so make sure to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. With that being said, let's begin. Todd Chrisley is a reality TV show star, a regular on the hit show Chrisley Knows Best. This show is about the Chrisley family and their life as they go through the ups and downs. Recently, Todd Chrisley and his wife Julie Chrisley were accused of tax evasion and bank fraud. After a grueling trial, they were found guilty of these charges. One of the witnesses was Todd Chrisley's former friend and former business partner, Matt Braddock. He revealed more in his testimony than the Chrisleys probably would have liked. So, what did Braddock say? Matt Braddock is the person who turned the Chrisleys into the FBI. He also testified against the duo in exchange for immunity. He admitted that he usually altered documents to help the family get loans, and upon being asked why he would do that, he confessed that he and Todd Chrisley had been involved in quite an intimate relationship. Soon after it ended, they formed a brotherhood and stayed friends until Todd fired Matt in 2012. He revealed that this relationship had been his first time with a man. He also stated that he did not want to speak so plainly about his past affair, but that he deemed it necessary for a transparent trial. Previously, Braddock worked for Todd's foreclosure management company, Chrisley Asset Management. It has been during this time that they started getting messages from an anonymous source threatening to expose both their affair and the fraud they had committed. The text said, "Pay up and we'll shut up." As the messages demanded, they decided to pay up. Braddock withdrew a sum of $38,000 in installments of 4 and discreetly gave them to Chrisley in a parking garage. Allegedly, Todd Chrisley then gave this money to the blackmailer. Braddock admitted that after the both of them fell out, he became vengeful and made email fake addresses under fake names and used them to send incriminating information about the Chrisleys to the US government and several news organizations. In a 2016 interview with Wendy Williams, Todd Chrisley even admitted to being open to relations with men. Williams told him she had heard that he had been nominated for King of Reality. Todd's response was quick and left the audience cheering. He said, "King or Queen, whichever you believe." Later, he was asked to elaborate on this response, to which he said that many of the viewers and fans called him a queen. He said that he did not care which one he won, for he would be getting money either way. Williams mentioned that currently he was married with a wife and many kids, but that people accused him of being gay. Before she could complete her sentence, however, Todd interrupted by saying that people accuse him of being greedy. He went on to demonstrate his greediness by saying that he would have sexual or intimate relations with a man only if he was paid for it. In fact, he said that he would be with a man only if he was paid enough money for his children, his grandchildren, and his great-grandchildren to be able to live comfortably. Now, this confession makes you think. If Todd said the only way he would ever be with a man is if he was paid for it, then why did he have an affair with Mark Braddock? One theory could be the simple, straightforward one. Matt Braddock paid Todd Chrisley to be with him. They were friends and business partners, so we can assume that Braddock possibly also made a lot of money. The fact that they owned a business, coupled with the fact that they also committed tax fraud, could very well mean that Braddock was well within his means to be able to pat Todd Chrisley to be with him. But there are a few problems with this theory. The main one being that Chrisley said he would only be with a man if he was paid enough to feed his generations, which doesn't seem possible for someone like Braddock. Another hole in this theory is that though they are called business partners, Braddock was hired as an employee to the company that Chrisley owns. So even with the tax fraud that they were running, it would have been impossible for Braddock to be able to pay Chrisley more than he already earned. Another theory is that the two genuinely had feelings for each other. Maybe through their friendship they found love with each other. It could be possible that Todd's wife found out about them and sent them the anonymous message threatening to expose their affair and tax fraud. After all, if the two were the only ones running the tax fraud, how would anyone else know about it? One can assume that when Chrisley went to pay the blackmailer money, he found out it was his wife and then promised to break it off with Braddock. A third theory could be that Matt's wife was the one who found out about them. She sent the anonymous messages and she was the one who got the money. It can be assumed that she threatened Chrisley to break up with Braddock and that's why they ended. After the affair ended, it became public and Braddock's wife assured the media and fans that she made peace with the affair. She added that she was also fine with the fact that both men and women desired her husband. In fact, she liked that he was wanted by so many around the world, but that ultimately he was hers. Sounds a bit like she's overcompensating, right? A fourth theory can be made that this had all been Matt's plan. He had an intimate relationship with Todd Chrisley so that he could get the benefits of the tax fraud while also not being a scapegoat. It's possible that he realized that the relationship was going too fast for his liking, or not in the way he wanted it to go, and sent the anonymous messages himself and Chrisley. Then he took out $38,000 and gave it to Chrisley. Chrisley in turn gave it to the blackmailer, who could have been Matt himself, his wife, or a third party working for them. But this complicated, confusing, and quite frankly difficult plan seems a bit much for just $38,000, right? Now the fifth theory, this had all been Todd and Julie Chrisley's plan. As he said in the Wendy Williams interview, he would only be intimate with a man if he was paid for it. It is possible that Mark Braddock found him in a moment of weakness and vulnerability, which led them to build a relationship. Upon realizing that there was no way he could get paid billions for this, he could have come up with a plan to get at least some money from Braddock. Possibly the anonymous messages came from Chrisley himself. Now, after Braddock withdrew the money and gave it to Chrisley, nobody knows what happened to the money. In the text message that Matt described, it only says to pay money. The blackmailers never say where. So who's to say Todd Chrisley didn't just take the money home? After all, he did say he was greedy. The sixth theory is what everyone considers to be the truth. Braddock and Chrisley had an unplanned consensual affair which unfortunately someone found out about. They texted the business partners threatening to expose the affair and the tax frauds which the blackmailer also knew about. Chrisley had quite a reputation, so he decided to pay the blackmailer to shut them up. Braddock, having been partially responsible for the affair, decided to help Chrisley by withdrawing the necessary amount of money. Then, Chrisley went to a parking garage and handed the money off to the blackmailer. They broke up soon after because of a reason that's not yet been revealed, but remained friends. Then in 2012, Chrisley fired Braddock from his company, which made him vengeful. Braddock then turned the Chrisleys into the FBI, and the theory reaches its end. Technically, any theory could be made regarding Chrisley and Braddock's affair. Anyone can theorize that any one of the members of the Braddock family blackmailed them to get some money out of it. Another theory that could also be put forth is that any member of the Chrisley family threatened them in exchange for money. There could be variations of these theories depending on whether you assume that Matt or Todd were in on it. Another theory could be that members of the Braddock and Chrisley family were acting together and later split the money. From this, it is pretty evident that just about any theory could be made and used to defame just about anyone from the Braddock family, the Chrisley family, or even a third looking to get money. Chase Chrisley even posted on his Instagram page about his father's alleged affair with his former business partner and friend Mark Braddock. He posted a clip of the Family Feud host Steve Harvey giving a speech about endurance and going through difficult times in life. In the clip, Harvey speaks about how there are many things in life we would rather not go through with. However, we must go through the hard things in order to be the best versions of ourselves. The message likely resonated with Chase because the Chrisley family came under scrutiny after Braddock testified that the two men had an affair years ago. That's it for this video, guys. Leave a comment below to let us know what you think will happen next with the Chrisleys. Like and share this video to stay up to date on their progress, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Topish keeps you up to date on all the latest Hollywood celebrity news, drama, and gossip. Subscribe to our channel and check back for new videos and updates, and we'll see ya in the next video.